Hey there, how's everyone doing tonight? Um, haven't posted anything in a couple weeks. I thought I was the only one, but we did go to Acme. Andrew and I went to Acme. We met a lot of good people. Mr. Mark Batson. Um, we met Matthew from Scale or Model Videos, um, or Car Videos rather. We met a few other folks out there. Papa Dan, Colonel Rev. Um, Andrew was super excited to meet them. He actually didn't think they were actual people, um, even though he had seen them on previous videos. He was just excited to meet them in person. They were super nice to him. He really appreciated it. The kits that Colonel Reb gave him. He has them stacked up by the window. He hasn't started any of them, but I'll post some videos when he does get started on them. Like I said, he gets into things that a normal kid would get into. He did get a certificate for the junior modeler. He was already gone at that point in time. He had already left. His brother came picked him up. He just had a birthday, and they picked him up and took him to the Stranger Things experience. He's a big Stranger Things fan. Um, this kid is into a little bit of everything, but it was exciting. We had a great time. Um, Picked up a few kits. Picked up a kit that was actually, I don't know if the vendor knew. I'm pretty sure he did. Um, but it was one of the first petty kits that was put out by Salvino's, uh, and it's actually autographed. I didn't pay attention to it until I got it in the car and I realized that it was autographed. Um, Mark Batson told me that it was autographed by Jr. himself and not Richard Petty. So um, I guess I'll hold on to it. Maybe pick up another one and build it, put it together. I will go over some of the decals. I went ahead and just about wrapped up the decals on the number 9 Hooters. At this point, you guys can see behind me my little private stash is full. Um, I've picked up some kits, but I actually wanted to go over one that was um, that was put on a video by Hooligan Scale. I believe it's Hooligan um, Scale Models. He did a video on a kit that he picked up at Hobby Lobby. Uh, I was kind of curious because I know sometimes modelers will pick up kits, they're distorted, they're destroyed. I've picked up some kits before that have been destroyed. Um, Took them back, got a replacement, or I called the company, and a couple months later, they send me a replacement. Um, but I was very curious to see if this was just a fluke that he just got a bad kit and put it together. Now, if you go back and you look at the kit that he put together, it actually happens to be this kit here, which is the Weekend Warrior, and I'm gonna open it up right now and see if every kit is messed up. Now he does an amazing job on this kit. He straightens it up, he cleans it up, he paints it. I mean, this thing is he does an awesome job. His video actually starts with that kit. He runs it over with his car, um, which I was like, what? And then you watch that whole segment, and he shows you what's wrong with the kit. He shows you how he fixes it. He heats it up with a hair dryer, and like I said, when he's done with his kit, it this kit this model turns out pretty awesome. Um, it looks really good. It would have made an awesome shelf queen, but he runs it slap over with his car. It was pretty cool. So I'm gonna open this up. I picked it up not not this week, but the week before. I wasn't gonna pay full price for it, so I waited obviously for the 40%. I don't think I've ever bought a model from Hobby Lobby at full price. I've always paid. I've always gotten the 40% off. So or on clearance on the clearance rack. Sometimes you get lucky, get some pretty cool things. But I'm gonna switch my camera around and open this up and see if it is distorted. And I'll probably try to I'll use some of the techniques that he used over at Hooligan scale models. Put it together, but I'll probably keep it as a shelf queen. I don't think I'll run it over or blow it up or nothing like that. But I'm gonna open it up and see if it is messed up. So just hang on for a second. Let me turn it around. All right, guys. Well, again, here's the kit. Got it at Hobby Lobby. Um, it was 29 bucks, but if everybody knows about Hobby Lobby, you can actually go there every other week. Every other week, models are 40% off. So I got it for 40% off, not full price. It's still, regardless, it's still $29 kit, but nonetheless, I was just curious. I wanted to see, so I haven't opened it up. I wanted to open it up and and make sure that it was distorted. But like I said, he did an awesome job on it. It just blew my mind that he ran it over. It's actually pretty good. If you guys go over to Hooligan Scale, give him a shout out here. If you guys go over to Hooligan Scale Models and look at some of his stuff is pretty neat. I mean, it's super cool. Pick up some pretty good tricks from him. Everything else was pretty good. The kit tree, the chrome was all the chrome was pretty good. There's actually extra. This comes with parts for a light tree. So it has a little light tree, and like I said, his body was distorted, but this one here we just open it up. And y'all just saw me open this up. Yeah, see, not all kits are messed up. He gave it a bad rating because there were some issues with it. His body, the top of the cab was, I mean, it was like it had been smashed. It had a big huge hump going across the top here. He took it down. He heated it up, made it look as good as this body, and put it together. So me being me, I'm always doing the difficult stuff. I always like the challenge. So I went out and again, I got the Weekend Warrior. Like I opened it up right now in front of everybody to see. So not all kits are messed up. I have had some kits that were bad themselves. Like I said, actually happened to be not an NPC, but it was an AMT, the fire truck. The fire truck I got one many years ago. The cab was completely smashed, like somebody had sat on it. And I wrote, this was before email. There I go again, dating myself. This was before emails, so I went ahead and I wrote him a letter. Put it in the mailbox, and about 6 to 8 weeks later, instead of them sending me just a cab, they sent me a whole kit. I guess it's a lot cheaper for them to just pull it, but they sent me a whole kit. So going through this, Hooligan, if you're watching this, I ended up getting a good kit. Um, you know, it's not messed up. I don't know how good it'll go together. I know you did a good job on yours, and hopefully I can do just as good a job on this kit. Obviously, I don't have to take my time and fix any of the warping on it, but I'll definitely see if I can't do as good a job as you did. Um, Everything else seems to look pretty good. That is right. That is the one thing that he did say on his kit, and it's the same on mine. He did get, you know, two slick tires in one bag, which makes sense. But then they bagged three tires. Three tires were bagged in one bag. Um, he looked through his box, and then he had the fourth tire in a separate bag. Like somebody fell asleep on the make line, and they can only count as high as three, I guess. I don't know. Uh, but they're all here. Metal axle. Like I said, get two slicks. You can build it. You can build it stock. You can build a pro stock. It just depends what you feel like. And it does have, you know, it's an NPC kit, typical NPC kit. Not a whole lot of detail. It does come with the two hoods, two different hoods. You know, for whatever you want to do. So I was just curious. I was just curious to see if all the kits were messed up, or just the one that he got. And it looks like he might have just gotten a bad kit. There's a decal sheet. Not much to it other than stripes, and it looks like license plates. So looks like it might be a little fun build. He had a good time putting it together. He did complain about it being warped. I would have complained about it too. But like I said, he did an awesome job putting it together. So I'll put this together, make it a shelf queen, and now I know that I don't have to run back to the store and swap it out. And just to keep that in mind, whenever you get a bad kit, just take it back to the store. I don't think they try to sell bad kits. I mean, it may be a kit that doesn't go together well, but necessarily I don't think they're in the business of selling kits that are deformed. Every now and again you get a bad one. So I'll go ahead and set this to the side, and I'll get my decal project out, and we'll go through it, and I'll also show you guys how I dress up some of my wheels and tires. So just hang on, and I'll swap it over. All right, so here we are. Like I said, I went ahead and I dressed it up. Just about got I'd say about 95% of the decals all put together. Put on my side skirts there. Um, put the rest of my windshield in. Side glass. I got it all together. Got the windshield braces decals put in. Put my front air dam, put it together, and oops. So it's turning out super. It's turning out super nice, super nice. The window decals that come with all the Savino Camaros are super nice. They dress up your windows. They cover up the edges really well. So if you happen to get, you know, some people will use Mod Podge to put their windows in. I myself just use this Evergreen Scale Models canopy glue. All it is white Elmer's glue, pretty much. Just rub it around the edges, put it in. It dries up clear. It dries up clear, and really no issues. I'll show you guys how to decal that front windshield here in a minute. As a matter of fact, I'll cut those windshield decals out and drop them in. Um, I know some guys will use hobby knives. Um, there's an article in one of the magazines not too long ago that had the difference about using a hobby knife when you cut it, the way it bows it out, it bows your decals out. Not too not too difficult. Um, they go down pretty good. Just regular water. Here you have all the rail, all the side rubber, the front, obviously the top of the decals, and then you have a few roof decals if you want to go back and put those down where the camera is, and I guess where the little GPS transponder would be. Um, but I'll leave those off. I'll leave those off for later. Or actually, I'll just toss them in there. I'll go ahead and put those on there too. So I just toss them all in there. So while those are soaking up, um, I'll show you guys what I do to my wheels. I know the kits, Salvino's kits, just call for your wheels to be just placed together and and um, and just compression keeps it together. But I find out that if you move your kit around, if you move it from one place to another, you'll tend to lose your wheel. Your wheel will come off. It'll fall apart. So I tend to just glue it. I mean, it's no big deal. No big deal. I just run a bead of glue, a little bit of just regular hobby glue. Oh, my needle came out. Um, I've been working with this almost all day, so I put it back in its place, and then actually these wheels are really good. The old NASCAR kit wheels, you would have to kind of scuff up the sides and make them to make them look like they were worn, like they were used. Um, these here, if you go through and you take a look, they have I guess the parting line, the mold attachment point. That's usually all I take out. Um, I just kind of hit that part out a little bit, um, just to take that little rise, that little bubble out of there, and then I just go back with 240 and just scuff up, the rest of the tire, give it that worn look to it. Decals will adhere to it, as I put the marking tape that usually lets the crew members know where the valve stems are. So it lets them know where the valve stems are, and it lets them know how to grab the wheel. So that's usually how I dress them up. The goodies, one of the goodie sheets has all those decals that you can use, and like I said, these Salvino wheels look pretty good. The only thing is that attachment point to the sprue. Although they don't come on a sprue, you still have that that little mold line. But once you get it off, the wheel looks really good. And then you'll have two edges. I don't know if you guys can see it, but you'll have like a outer bead and then an inner bead, so that you know where to set the parts of your rim. I just run me a little bead of glue, and it usually keeps them together. It keeps them from falling off. But then again, after I put these kits together, I always do glue the wheels on there. That way I'm not having to take them off, unless I'm going to leave them on jack stands and just display them like that. But for the better part, I'll just slap me up some glue, and then whatever kind of runs on the other side will hold the rim. These rims here tend to have a little bead on the side, so that kind of goes to the outside. You just put them together, and they just stay together. The decals that come with the kits, great decals. You just toss them in the water. You let them separate. Decals won't go bad. Decals won't go bad. I've been decaling pretty good bit this evening. So as long as your decals stay in the water, they'll adhere to your model. A little bit of Mark Fit. That's what I have been using with these kits. That's kind of what they recommend. So I'm just going with that. Usually a micro set micro sol guy. This is kind of what I tend to use, the micro set and the micro sol. They've always worked good for me. The only thing is, of course, it doesn't come with a brush, so you got to supply your own brush. All right, and we'll go ahead. I'm gonna mess up this this hood decal. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some of these decals on there real fast. Always use my little straight tweezers, my little curved tweezers. Like I said, I have been using the Mark Fit. I just always put a generous amount on my window, my windshield. And then you just run your decal right where it's going. You know you got the front visor that's going to come down, and then on this particular sheet you actually have the outer band that goes around, so that'll make it look you know, a whole lot nicer. As long as your decal's wet, as long as you have, you know, standing liquid on there, I usually just leave it on there. If I want to take it off, I just use the corner of a napkin, and it just sucks up. It just wicks away all the water from under your decal. It just kind of dries it up a little bit faster. Now these straight decals are good. Like I said, I'm gonna have a couple more decals up here for the camera, and I guess it's the GPS, the little GPS locator. Just covers up those little white spots. What you have to do is just let that set and come back later and hit it with some Mark Fit, and it'll suck right down. Again, just hit it with a corner of your napkin, and it'll wick away any of the fluid under your decal, and it kind of sucks it down, makes it a whole lot nicer. And then obviously when you're gonna pull the side windows, you always wanna make sure that you have something underneath, or else you'll be struggling. You'll be struggling with this window, with the with a rubber from this window. These little crooked tweezers are the best thing ever. I swear to God, these are amazing. These and hoodies. If I could find the guy that made hoodies or the person that made hoodies, uh, I would buy them anything they wanted. And as long as you got moisture in the decal, especially these little finicky little decals like this, as long as you know, you can keep moving them. You can keep moving them around, putting them wherever however you see fit. And I did start out with some warm water, but it's now gotten cold. Nonetheless, they still works good. These the Salvino's decals are pretty are pretty good stuff. You can really work them to your advantage. For those that were at the Acme hobby show, it was something special. I know there is many YouTube videos out now on the Acme show, and it's something that you look forward to going to. Um, it's really not a big space. I think it's a stage. It's like an auditorium, um, but they put so much stuff in there. I think I overheard somebody say there was like 580 models on the table. Um, so much talent. My goodness, there's so much talent out there. It's unbelievable. It is just amazing to see what some of these builders do with paint, glue, and imagination. Colonel Reb, if you're watching this, Andrew really appreciated the kit. He didn't expect that. Um, Colonel Reb got Andrew a Slammers kit, and like I said, um, of course he's keeping it here in the room with the rest of my kits. Um, but he'll eventually, out of the blue, will say, "Hey, Dad, can I build my kit that Colonel Reb got me?" So we'll get that thing, and we'll take that out one day and work on it for work on it for a while, for a whopping 5 minutes until Andrew gets something else in his head, and then he takes off. I think that kid has given me at least 5 letters to Santa, and they're all different, and they're all the same. See, so once you do your decal, you just let it set, you just let it soak up, dry up, um, and then you can come back and try to tweak it out a little bit more. Um, like I said, it whoever thought of doing these windshield, rear windshield, front windshield decals had a pretty good concept, because that whole glue line that I had along the side that looked kind of jagged, is completely gone, completely gone. And then these other decals that I just put on, as they dry, they'll start to suck down. In about an hour, I mean, you won't even know. You won't even know that they're decals anymore. You'll think they're paint. This is just a sharp looking kit. Right now, I'm currently working on two other Chase Elliott kits. I'm working on the his green or white with the green decals of Uni First, and also um, his regular Napa blue and white kit. And I'm just using this little scrap decal sheet because all the decals have come off the paper, and they're just floating. They're floating on top of the water. If you get all your wheels ready to go, you can actually knock out quite a few of them in a short period of time. Um, as I was studying, tonight, I've been working on decals, and I get so focused on these decals that I've got to go back and look at my lesson plan some more. But just like that, you use a corner, knock them out, and just like the cooking channel, you go back to the oven, and you get out all the bread that you've baked. And those are all the tires for all the kits that I'm currently um, working on. Like I said, that is the his regular number 9. That was painted with the Testers aerosol can. Um, I believe it's like Arctic blue, which ends up coming up really nice. That'll turn out to be a really nice car. Um, and the other white car, it's just been primered. Now this is also this is Tamiya, just Tamiya white. But if I'm not mistaken, I think the other one I'm gonna paint racing white, which happens to be just a little bit more off white. And I got a whole bunch of stuff going on right now. Picked up a few more kits just to keep in my stash. Um, every week I would say every other week I head on over to Hobby Lobby and pick up a kit, you know, because they're 40% off, and um, you know, a kit every other week along with the Salvino's kit of the month. All of a sudden I end up having to take a trip or two back to my storage unit to put some of these kits up, that I probably won't get to anytime soon. But anyways, just like I said, the Hooters number 9 is just about completely decaled together. Those decals will go down super nice. I'll go ahead and finish it up. I have the chassis working also, so they'll be um, they'll be coming along pretty good. I've got my '66 Chevelle that that has been painted. I haven't polished it yet. Um, I have sanded it down a little bit. That is painted with the Alclad Violet. Um, I'm working. I'm working slowly because I got so much stuff going on. I have raised it. The suspension has been done, um, and I've got. I think I've got the right height, right where I want it. So it's going to be my Atlanta hoopty. Oh, might have to touch that up a little bit. So my Atlanta hoopty, I'm going with the spoke wheels, and I don't think I'll finish it this weekend. By this weekend happens to be the Hobbytown USA hobby show up in Kennesaw. So I got too much stuff going on, so I don't think any of these will make it out to that show. But eventually they'll make it out to the show. So if you guys like any of the stuff that you see, just hit me a like. You know, hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I started this channel with Andrew to get into some of these group builds. Andrew's moved on to better things. I'm still building. I'm still gonna keep it going. I enjoy this stuff. You know, it keeps my mind clear, definitely, for sure. And I follow as many of you guys as possible as I can. There's just so much talent. I pick up so much stuff from so many different builders. Again, the Weekend Warrior 67 Pontiac GTO. When I saw that body, I said, man, you know, I'm always looking for the challenge. So I wasn't too sure. I guess he just got a bad kit. Hooligan got a bad kit, and but he did an awesome job. Again, if you were at Acme and I got to talk to you, I got to see you, I appreciate it. And I got some shop cards and some stickers. Let me show you. Before I forget. Okay, I did meet Mr. Terry from Super Sport Model. He gave me and Andrew a shop card. Now I didn't meet him, but his shop cards were on the table next to his models. Man, this guy can build some models. Super nice. Again, Mark Batson. I appreciate you, Mark. My son went over. I told my son, I said, hey, that's Hobby Dude 007. He said, that's Hobby Dude. I said, yeah, that's Hobby Dude. I said, go ask him for a shop card. He walked over there. Mark was busy doing some stuff. My son went up to him, asked him for a shop card, but Mark stopped what he was doing, walked over three tables over, just to get my buddy a shop card. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it, Mark. He got him a shop card. He got me a shop card, and he gave us these cool stickers. You know, we have a bulletin board that I'll be putting up. Well, actually, I might just go ahead and put some streamers up, hang them up on my wall, and then that way I can just clip the shop cards on there. But he did hook us up with two stickers as well. I mean, I would have been happy with just one, but he gave each one of us a shop card and a sticker. So appreciate it, Mark. Thank you so much. Matthew, Model Car Videos goes without saying. I think everybody knows him. He, you know, these to me and Andrew, actually to me, these guys are all like celebrities. You know, I see them all the time. I see them on the computer while I'm doing homework, while I'm researching stuff, while I'm doing other things. I really appreciate it. Matthew, if I'm, like I said, if we do have a job out in Valdosta, maybe one day we'll get together for lunch or just you know, just get together and have a drink, have a Coke or something. But you know, when I go down there, I'll hit you up, let you know I'm down there, so we can meet up somewhere. And then Rick, Rusty Rotors, super cool. Met him at the end of the show. He did mention me. He did drop me a shout out on his channel. I appreciate it. I follow him all the time. Mental Mondays are probably the coolest thing. Sometimes they can be long, drug out, but it's really nice to see somebody that has a lot of the same interests, likes, dislikes, habits, you know, that I share. As far as when it comes to building, I have so many ideas. I can't really put them all out there. I mean, as you can see, I got so many things going on, and this is just a few. I mean, I'm missing some kits that I've been working on that I don't even put out or what have you. But just taking time. His wife was with him. Rick, I'm sorry you're hurt, buddy. He does have a brace on his foot. It made things a little bit difficult for him to move around. I wish I would have seen you earlier. We could have probably talked a little bit longer. But all the guys that were out there, all the guys that were at the show, I mean, they were busy. Like, again, they're like celebrities. Everybody wants to say, hey, how are you? You know, where's your kids? But they will all take the time, talk to you. You know, come over, look at your stuff. You know, talk about it. Super awesome. Nice show, good show. Look forward to it every year, and I look forward to it this year. Maybe I'll be able to take some of my other stuff. I did take, I believe, 4 models, and then Andrew wanted to take our tanks that we built for Colonel Reb and Papa Dan. Appreciate you, Colonel Reb, Papa Dan, for the time you took to speak with Andrew, for the models that you gave him, and just he still talks about you guys whenever he looks at his model and his token. I really appreciate you guys, and hopefully this didn't take up a whole lot of time, and I'll come back to you as I get these moved along and put together. I appreciate you. Again, subscribe, like. We'll see you soon.